A daughter of Detroit, Diana Ross helped create the sound of Motown with her iconic voice.
Diana Ross is an American singer and actress. Known as the Queen of Motown Records, she was the lead singer of the vocal group The Supremes, who became Motown's most successful act during the 1960s and one of the world's best-selling girl groups of all time. They remain the best-charting female group in history, with a total of 12 #1 pop singles on the U.S. Billboard Hot 100. "You can't just sit there and wait for people to give you that golden dream," Ross once said. "You've got to get out there and make it happen for yourself." Continue watching to see how Diana's life has been steadily becoming sad, but how she still faces it with the fire to represent her prime days. Stay until the end because you do not want to miss this. Why is Diana Ross so famous? Diana Ross is an American pop singer and actress who achieved international stardom, first as the leader of the vocal group The Supremes and later as a solo artist. Ross's professional career began in 1959 when she joined several neighborhood friends to form the pop-soul vocal group The Primettes. The group was renamed The Supremes after signing a recording contract with Motown late the following year. Consisting of Ross, Mary Wilson, and Florence Ballard, replaced in 1967 by Cindy Birdsong, The Supremes achieved 12 #1 hits on the pop charts, including Baby Love, Stop, In the Name of Love, and Someday We'll Be Together. In 1967, the group was renamed Diana Ross and the Supremes, foreshadowing Ross's solo career, which she launched in 1970. Beginning with Ain't No Mountain High Enough from her debut album Diana Ross, Ross enjoyed more than a decade of chart-topping success in multiple categories. Love Hangover and Upside Down were among her pop hits, while her duet with the Commodores' Lionel Richie, Endless Love, topped Billboard magazine's pop, rhythm and blues, and adult contemporary charts. Ross also developed a film acting career in the 1970s, beginning with a starring role as blues singer Billie Holiday in Lady Sings the Blues and continuing with Mahogany, for which she also recorded the hit theme song, Do You Know Where You're Going To, and The Whiz. After riding a wave of hits into the mid-1980s, Ross saw her commercial fortunes begin to wane. Much of her work showed a stylistic shift from pop and R&B toward disco, and the bulk of her albums were either re-releases or re-recordings of earlier material. In 2006, however, she issued I Love You, a compilation of her own interpretations of love songs by various artists, and she embarked on a vigorous concert tour the following year to promote the album. Despite her virtual absence from the charts, Ross remained a popular concert draw into the early 21st century, propelled by her enduring status as one of the preeminent musical performers of her time. With the Supremes, she was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 1988. Ross received a Grammy Award for Lifetime Achievement in 2012 and the Presidential Medal of Freedom in 2016. Ross had several children, including Tracee Ellis Ross, a noted actress. Ross has influenced many artists including Michael Jackson, Beyoncé, Madonna, Jade Thirlwall, Questlove, Ledisi, and the Ting Tings. Several of Ross's songs have also been covered and sampled. Ain't No Mountain High Enough has been featured in the film Chicken Little. The song has also been covered live and on albums by Jennifer Lopez and Amy Winehouse. Janet Jackson sampled Love Hangover on her 1997 song My Need, featured on the album The Velvet Rope, having already sampled Love Child and Someday We'll Be Together by Ross and the Supremes on her 1993 tracks You Want This and If, both released as singles from the Janet album. Love Hangover was also sampled in Monica's 1998 hit single The First Night, as well as being sampled by Will Smith, Master P, who also sampled Missing You, Heavy D, and Bone Thugs-n-Harmony. It's Your Move was sampled in 2011 by Vectroid for her song Lisa Frank 420/Modern Computing, which appeared in her 9th album Floral Shop under her one-time alias Macintosh Plus. It's My House was sampled by Lady Gaga for her song Replay, which appeared on the 2020 album Chromatica. Various works have been inspired by Ross's career and life. The character of Dina Jones in both the play and film versions of Dreamgirls was inspired by Ross. Motown, the musical, is a Broadway musical that launched on April 14, 2013. It is the story of Berry Gordy's creation of Motown Records and his romance with Diana Ross. She was portrayed by Valencia Luque in 2013 and Lucy St. Louis in 2016. Ross was also portrayed by Candice Marie Woods from 2017 to 2019 and Doriandra Tucker in the stage play Ain't Too Proud. There have been many other portrayals of Ross in films, television, and other media including Holly Robinson Peete in The Jacksons, An American Dream and Michelle Williams of Destiny's Child on American Soul. As a member of the Supremes, her songs Stop, In the Name of Love and You Can't Hurry Love are among the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame's 500 songs that shaped rock and roll. They were inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 1988, received a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame in 1994, and entered into the Vocal Group Hall of Fame in 1998. In 2004, Rolling Stone placed the group at number 96 on their list of the 100 greatest artists of all time. As lead singer of the Supremes and as a solo artist, Ross has earned 18 #1 singles, 12 as lead singer of the Supremes and 6 as a solo artist. Ross is the only female artist to have #1 singles as a solo artist, as the other half of a duet, Lionel Richie, as a member of a trio, the Supremes, and as an ensemble member, We Are the World, by USA for Africa. Ross was featured on the Notorious B.I.G.'s 1997 #1 hit, M.O. Money M.O. Problems, since her voice from her 1980 hit, I'm Coming Out, was sampled for the song. Billboard magazine named Ross the Female Entertainer of the Century in 1976. Ross is also one of the few recording artists to have 2 stars on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, one as a solo artist and the other as a member of the Supremes. After her 1983 concert in Central Park, Diana Ross Playground was named in her honor with a groundbreaking opening ceremony in 1986. Berry Gordy asked Ross to introduce the Jackson 5 to the public. Eventually, public misunderstandings resulted in Ross erroneously being given credit for the discovery of the Jackson 5. Gordy decided that the misunderstanding was good for business, so her discovery became a part of Motown's marketing and promotions plan for the Jackson 5. Consequently, their debut album was titled Diana Ross Presents the Jackson 5. Motown producer Bobby Taylor claims to have discovered the Jacksons, though singer Gladys Knight also makes the claim. Even so, Ross embraced the role and became a good friend of Michael Jackson, serving as a mother figure to him. On January 24, 1985, Kaufman Astoria Studios held a dedication ceremony in Astoria, Queens, to honor Ross by naming Studio 4 at the studios after her. The Diana Ross Building served as an acknowledgement of Ross's contribution in bringing the studio back to the forefront after being faced with possible demolition, through her involvement in The Wiz. In 2006, Ross was one of 25 African-American women saluted at Oprah Winfrey's Legends Ball, a 3-day celebration honoring their contributions to art, entertainment, and civil rights. Ross has been described as one of the 5 mighty pop divas of the 60s along with Dusty Springfield, Aretha Franklin, Martha Reeves, and Dionne Warwick. In 2023, Rolling Stone ranked Ross at number 87 on its list of the 200 greatest singers of all time. On November 16, 2016, Ross was announced as one of the 21 recipients of the Presidential Medal of Freedom, the nation's highest civilian honor. On 26 March, she has more than earned some time to take her foot off the pedal. But the entertainment powerhouse isn't planning to slow down anytime soon. In fact, Diana, who is estimated to be worth a staggering $250 million, doesn't even see what she does as work. I'm only doing it because I want to do it, so it's not really work, she once told Interview magazine. I mean, it used to be work. Do you know what I mean? Now the show is set and when I walk out on the stage, I'm really having fun. Diana's journey from humble beginnings to untouchable icon has captivated fans across the world, and it is one filled with not only stratospheric success but also systemic racism, sexism and persecution, as she worked her way to the top. Diana was the second of 6 children born to Ernestine and Fred Ross Sr. in 1944, but her iconic name was an accident. Her mother named her Diane, but a typo on her birth certificate meant she was registered Diana. The star spent her teenage years with her family in the Brewster Douglas housing projects, accommodation built for the working poor. She later sparked up a friendship with fellow Motown star Smokey Robinson, who shockingly alleged just last year that he had had an affair with Diana. That friendship was said to be one of the keys to Diana's dazzling future, as Smokey introduced her to Motown supremo Berry Gordy. After she joined a music group named the Primettes, with local girls from her neighborhood, Smokey brought the band to Motown Records and introduced them to its founder, Berry. They then signed a contract and adopted the name The Supremes. The rest, one might say, is history. My father worked hard, but we were still very poor, and I didn't want anybody arguing about money, so I became the entertainer, the one who wanted everyone to be happy. I didn't want there to be any problems, she said of her tough childhood. From the moment she joined the group, Diana made it her mission to be the lead singer and, in 1967, the trio's name changed again to Diana Ross and the Supremes. After Let Me Go the Right Way, the Supremes topped the charts with timeless hits such as Baby Love, Stop, In the Name of Love and You Can't Hurry Love. Their success was unprecedented, but in 1970, Diana parted ways with the group to pursue a solo career. She then made her debut solo album and showcased Ain't No Mountain High Enough, which would go on to become her first #1 hit without the group. Her solo career went from strength to strength, and she went on to release 25 studio albums, numerous singles, including 6 #1 hits, and compilations that have sold more than 100 million records worldwide. In 1993, she earned a Guinness World Record as the most successful female music artist in history. When it comes to her career on screen, she earned an Oscar nomination for her portrayal of jazz icon Billie Holiday in Lady Sings the Blues, was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 1988, and was awarded the Presidential Medal of Freedom by Barack Obama in 2016. Yet despite her many accolades, which include 2 Grammys plus a further 13 nominations, and 2 stars on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, Diana's thirst for success and drive for perfection were often perceived as negative attributes. It's something she acknowledges in her memoir, Secrets of a Sparrow. "I demand perfection from myself," she wrote, "and the best possible job from all those around me." It was claimed that Diana would write down employees' mistakes in a notebook, which she carried everywhere. However, this constant, perhaps impossible, striving for perfection would eventually affect her stage performances. In 1989, at a Wembley Arena concert, Diana appeared frustrated with the sound system. She then stopped the show, shouted at the crew, and kicked one of the sound monitors off the stage. Like any so-called diva, her personal life also made the headlines. Diana faced intense scrutiny in 1971 in particular. She not only welcomed her first child, Rhonda Suzanne Silberstein, whose father was long-term partner and Motown chief Berry Gordy, but also married music executive Robert Ellis Silberstein before the birth. Robert went on to raise Rhonda as his own. Diana only told her daughter the truth about who her biological father was when she was 13 years old. Robert, who Diana affectionately referred to as Bob, previously opened up about how his relationship with the star began, saying, "No one introduced us," and joking that Diana liked to say she picked him up. The singer reportedly met Robert while shopping for a gift for Berry at a shop in Los Angeles and asked for his assistance with selecting the present. She described him as a rare thing, a gentleman who is young, alive, and very handsome, all the fantasy things you think of in a husband. She also sweetly shared that she knew they were a couple when he bought her some red pajamas to match his. Diana and Robert welcomed 2 daughters, Tracy in 1972 and Chudney in 1975, but sadly their marriage fell apart shortly after, and the couple divorced in 1977. The singer dated Kiss frontman Gene Simmons from 1980 to 1983, but they broke up after she believed he had resumed his relationship with Cher. Diana was also briefly linked to Michael Jackson when she said on TV that he was sexy, although it was reported there was no sexual relationship between the two. Many fans have speculated Michael's song Dirty Diana may relate to her, which was later denied, and he wrote in his will in the year 2000 that Diana would take custody of his children if his mother, Catherine, died before him. It was her second husband, Arne Naess Jr., who she married in 1985, that really captured Diana's heart. "If I'm with a man, I'm soft and buttery," she once joked. The star became a stepmother to his 3 children, Katinka, Christopher and Leona, and also became a mom to 2 boys, when they welcomed their sons, Ross and Evan. However, their love story wasn't set to last either, and they divorced in 2000. The breakdown of that marriage was the beginning of a downward spiral for the singer, who faced a charge of driving under the influence in 2002 and checked into rehab. She is philosophical about the dark times, and has said she still believes everything happens for a reason. "My travels led me to where I am today," she explained. "Sometimes these steps have felt painful, difficult, but led me to greater happiness and opportunities." In 2011, however, Diana gushed to Oprah Winfrey that she still considered Arne, who died in a tragic climbing accident in South Africa in 2004, to be the true love of her life. The singer reportedly remains close to her 3 stepchildren and now also has 8 grandchildren. As Diana has said many times herself, despite earning a diva status in the media, it is her role as a mother that she regards as her greatest achievement in life. "I've really had to decide what's important to me, and it seems to me that my family and my health are top on the list," she has said. It's clear to see that the apple has not fallen far from the tree, as her daughter Tracy Ellis Ross has also carved out her own successful path in Hollywood. The star, who is known for her roles in the TV programs Girlfriends and Blackish, now has an estimated net worth of $16 million. Tracy also hints that, although her mom has given herself to the world for more than 60 years, fans haven't even scratched the surface when it comes to knowing who the performer truly is away from the cameras. Tracy proudly revealed, "The Diana Ross that the world knows, this global, international icon, who paved the way and changed what glamour looked like and who black women were in the world, particularly in that capacity, her Diana Ross-ness doesn't hold a candle to her mom-ness." What do you think about the legend that is Diana Ross? If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below for more amazing content like this.